As you can tell, I'm white. After a little bit of jousting with the previous guests on the previous show.
Right. You guys do it all the time. I think you guys love to do it actually.
Mr. C and Oris, right?
Yeah.
I think they have like they love each other, just don't know how to express themselves.
They just have too many differences coming in between the love.
Here we go. Let us focus on the show. Thank you very much.
Okay. Welcome. It's the Grapevine, and as always, talking about everything related to entertainment. Let's start off with a lawsuit that is coming in 2023. And this lawsuit is in 2023. And the backstory actually starts 35 whole years ago. 35 whole years ago. Wow. All right.
Sounds like 2 lifetimes. Wow.
2.5 or 3.5. Yeah. Okay. Well, the artist called Charly Boy, aka Charlie Oputa, has threatened a lawsuit against his former record label, and this is over a breach of contract. Now, he claims that the record label violated the terms of their agreement that they signed 35 years ago. We need Mr. C here. Isn't there something called a statute of limitations? I don't know.
That's a good question, actually, because I wonder if it's a thing in Nigerian law. I
hear
it all the time in American law and stuff, but I wonder if it's a big fat thing for Nigeria, actually. If, like, after a 5-year, 10-year, 35 years later, whether you still have the right to, like, take anything to court. But I guess, is it Charles Oputa's father supposed to be a lawyer?
Yeah, he was.
Late great Oputa. Yes, exactly. The Oputa panel. Anyway, so yeah, he probably would know, I assume. And this is Premier Records, right? That's the record label.
At the time.
Yeah, actually, they still have some kind of skeletal, because I recall 4 years ago,
but you know what?
Yeah. Someone working at the record label, and it sort of said that they had like some kind of skeletal operations going on in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I guess that skeletal bit that Charly Boy is kind of taken to court. I just wonder how much is involved in this though.
No, I don't know, but thinking about Charly Boy, I don't know if I really know any music that he put out. I think he has such a massive personality, and that's what maybe people know him for.
I think you do. I think you used to do. I think you used to, actually. I think what has happened is
time,
exactly. Yes, I'm trying to look for somebody who I feel good, say in the next 15 years,
right?
Just because of his social media antics. Portable is still.
Oh gosh, I was hoping we wouldn't think of Portable.
It is, yeah, but he's the guy, because in my view, I feel like I'm not. People are going to be hard pressed to recall any other song excepting Zazu. You get even now, 2 years after, it's even now, But I'm saying 15 years, people will remember that song. You understand? And if he's still somewhat in the space, I think you might come to think about him like, okay, who is this guy again? But it's going to be famous, I think, for quite a bit. So I think that's kind of the situation Charly Boy is in. I'm sure your parents, of course.
I actually asked my dad this years ago, and my dad couldn't really recall
a song.
Yeah, a song from Charly Boy. So I think,
I remember a video, I to be honest, I mean, from my childhood, my folks playing it. And I remember it because, of course, it was one of those, at the time, they said it was, what's the word? It was corrupt.
Oh.
Just a video showing women walking from the back. The image, the image is burnt into my memory forever. I just remember that very, very clearly, but I don't remember the song, to be honest. But I remember that video, and I think it was quite popular at the time.
How old is Charly Boy now?
He's about 72, I believe. Right? Yeah.
So I'm wondering why
that's a long time. I mean, think about it, man.
When you think about it, though, he's asking for master tapes, artwork, promotional material. These are things that could actually earn him money right now. If they have the masters, they have the rights to his music. So he's getting older. Probably the money's not coming in as much as it used to. So he's like, you know what? Get my lawyer. Let's go through all the books. And then like, wait, these people haven't paid me royalties.
Yeah. So maybe, because I'm thinking to myself, because considering the incredible lack of airplay, it has to be a case of like royalties from way, way back. I'm not sure that his music estates is the catalog has accrued a lot of money over the past 10-20 years. I really would doubt that strongly.
Well, you know the funny thing about Charly Boy? I remember one of Charly Boy's and Kiss. I don't know if any of you guys know. One time that he sued a cable network company and won the case. Like the case lasted a while, and then he won eventually. And they gave him, apart from the money that he asked for, like one big huge amount
At the time.
and he got that and a lifetime of free premium subscription or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Lifetime.
don't. I do not remember this at
So
all.
that guy.
Wow.
So I mean, I feel like when it comes to royalties and all of these things that has to do with your music and stuff, it's a valid case. If he has not been getting any royalties and everything. But and I don't know about the position of premium music right now. I know, talking about that skeletal thing, I had somebody who was even signed in like a rebranded or whatever, a comeback of
Yes,
that
they tried.
platform.
They attempted to come back actually,
Yeah,
but I
so-
don't think it quite.
And I don't
worked
know
out.
whether it's I don't think I don't know because
Yeah.
so but any contract that has been signed at whenever, even if he had left the label, I'm sure he's still supposed to be getting his royalties. And then if for any other thing, if there's going to be, if the company is going to break up or whatever, there has to be a way of getting back
of transferring those.
your
ownership.
your catalog of records and stuff, masters, everything. Then again, I'm just thinking,
Wasn't
if
Premier Music the people behind some of Victor Olaya's old songs? So when
yeah,
he
I mean
did-
there are a lot of people they
Yes.
were behind a lot of
so when
those
he did,
artists from-
there was
at
that
time.
thing with I don't know, it looks like they're defunct now. Spinlet.
Oh yes,
they
Spinnet.
did a remix.
That was
with,
even
with
time.
Two-Face.
Yes,
Remember exactly.
Yes, yes,
So it
yes.
was supposed to kind of be one of the things.
the
they're
rebrand
supposed
or
to
the
come back.
comeback. Yes,
But I don't think it held for a bit.
For long.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Daisy says Uncle Charlie used to sing. I didn't know that.
You didn't know, Daisy? For real? Wow.
How do people think? I know. I find that really funny that people don't know that.
Charlie
How did
Boy-
they think he became famous?
Charlie Boy used to be even the president of
P-Man.
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 Like he was there when
No,
Wyclef.
but you know,
visited-
P-Man hasn't been relevant in 3 billion decades.
T-Mac would
They're still there,
disagree.
but they're still in existence.
You disagree?
T-Mac would disagree.
Oh,
Tony Okorie would disagree.
Isn't it? That's their fiefdom. Will Tony Okorie
No,
disagree though?
He used to
Tony
be
Okorie-
president.
No,
I
No,
don't,
no, it was
not
Koso, but that's
anymore.
Koso, no.
You didn't
Oh,
know.
No, for
Koso,
P-Man.
my bad.
Besides,
Thank
by the
you.
way, Koso is suspended because of their own issues with NCC.
Yeah.
So let's not even. So you look, the entire infrastructure for old, in quotes, old music in Nigeria has really been broken down. It's unfortunate, but that's the truth. Because they had Kosan, which is like you said, Tony Okorie. I think Junior and Pretty. I think it was Pretty or is it Junior? One of them.
Pretty-
one of them
Pretty
is
was one
Pretty.
time
Pretty then
president.
exactly was the president of
Yeah.
P-Man. I think it's probably still is. by the way.
One of
maybe.
them passed away. Which one
Yeah, it's
passed
Junior.
away?
Junior.
Oh,
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
sad
yeah,
stuff.
Pretty was the head. So my point anyway is that both P-Man and Kosan and all of those institutions, a lot of them have not been able to move into the new in quote dispensation because a lot of the younger artists do not think of them as relevant.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Unfortunately,
tried
yes.
to. They tried to.
They
I mean,
really
one
attempt
time
to
they
like
had
cut. They try to cut
Banky.
them. I've seen several. I've attended several events
Uh-huh.
when I was still an editor of music
Mm.
platform. Several times, and they did several events, but it just never took on with the new generation. So now they are stranded in a particular point where within themselves they're trying to prove their own relevance, but it hasn't beyond the 5 people who are within it. No, it hasn't just taken up at all. So unfortunately, so both Koson, both Kim, and everything that's related with like music you knew from your childhood,
Right.
pretty much moribund.
That
Kind of dead,
is
yeah.
really, really sad. Absolutely. Let's go on to some more messages. Ernest says one of Charlie Boy's hits used to be in Wata Miss back in the day. Okay. I remember.
Emphasis on what hits. Man.
Exactly. No. So
We don't know.
We have the title of the song, but nobody remembers the melody. Yeah.
Okay.
But I know he had it. I mean, one time he had a song
With this-
Bless Your Soul,
Okay.
Sound Sultan,
Oh.
like maybe 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
No, but none of the new songs from Charly Boy have been anything.
No, but even now with
now
Sound Sultan, so I can't even remember.
Okay, let's see. Tayo says it's bromance between Mr. C and Oris. And then he says there is a statute of limitations in Nigeria. I think on contracts it's 12 or 15 years. We need to confirm this from Mr. C. And the message he says the guy just turned 73 and he's contemplating suing. It must be a birthday gift. Or staying young again. Francis from Ojo says every contract is binding by both parties, irrespective of the number of years. Anyone can be prosecuted if one breaks the contract without legal proceedings. Thank you. Isn't it amazing that we have our own in-house legal practitioner that we can get the right answer from?
Yes.
All right.
When it's not making me angry.
Okay, Maybe if he's listening, Mr. C, if you're listening, just show up at the door. Let's see.
Yes, please let us know. Okay, let's talk about. I want to save this for later, but let's talk about when worlds collide. Rema meets with American rapper Travis Scott. Am I the only person that thinks they kind of look alike a little bit?
You're right. I think yes. You're not the only person. I totally. I see it. I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you see actually. Like yeah, to be honest, they do actually. So maybe it's like we have to ask. You know, there's something about Edo State men and traveling.
No, stop it. Nope.
No, but it's true. No.
No, stop
I'm from
it.
Edo State, by the way, so I know what I'm saying. You know, there's something about people from
Go
my
into the
state.
world and
Exactly.
multiply.
So I don't know. Maybe we need to. Of course, it's that is late now. But it should have been something to find out. Like Rema's father, what were you up to a few
Yeah.
years before this boy was born?
Are you gonna put on Rema's dad or Rema's mom?
Rema's dad, more likely. But I mean,
I would say the dad.
yeah, I think it's the
I would
dad.
say the dad. I would say the dad. Let
Yeah.
What
it
if
go.
his dad
Let it go.
It's
is
the
an
dad.
American?
It's the dad.
No, his dad is Nigerian.
His dad is Nigerian. Of course, you know his dad.
Okay.
Don't-
Okay, let's move on.
Exactly. This can be quite churchy in a very short bit. So
I
yes, let's go.
know. So, the 9-time Grammy Award nominated rapper Travis and Rema was
9-time?
spotted. 9-time, yes. Is it gonna be like Busta Rhymes 11 times no win or Snoop Dogg 19 times no win? Dang,
Yeesh. Wait, Snoop doesn't have a Grammy.
Snoop does not have a Grammy.
That is the one that's turning to me. Actually, that information is more turning to me than Buster's.
Really?
Yes.
Busta Rhymes is amazing.
No, but more of Snoop Dogg.
I mean,
No, no, Buster,
Snoop had-
Buster is
Ah.
cool, but you know how long Snoop has been relevant for?
We
It's
don't
like all our lives, by the way.
Yeah.
well, he has a way of reinventing himself. You have to
Yeah.
give that to him, though.
So I mean, because even what I think probably the last decent or the last great Buster record was from like '98. Extinction Level Event, I think that was the name. The one that had them Dangerous and stuff. Yeah, it's been a while anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
well, actually had the one Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago, I believe.
No,
Just
what?
the one with Mariah.
Mariah Carey, no. How can it be? That's
That's
more than a decade
No,
ago.
no. No, I know the one you're talking of. Maybe if you gave it to me.
Exactly.
That's no. They had a recent song about 3 years ago, and they had one of the original video vixens in the video as well. I'm a huge
No,
Busta
no,
Rhymes
oh,
fan.
okay.
That one did
No, none of them, yeah. No,
That,
Hey, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
that's
that,
big.
no,
that didn't go anywhere.
no.
Sorry,
Oh, no,
Mariah.
that one
Sorry,
was-
Buster.
Oh my
Sorry, but no,
goodness! Y'all
sorry.
need to put respect on Busta's name.
But anyway, yeah, you're saying Travis and Rema.
Yeah, so Travis and Rema are hanging out, and usually when we see these
Two stars
Nigerian
and stuff.
artists, hanging out with their foreign counterparts, it mostly means they might be cooking something in the studio.
That's how we feel every time. Actually, sometimes it's just that.
They're
They
just
just
hanging
They
out.
met in the same club or stuff.
They just met, you know. and
I'm
Just
trying
like,
to take a picture for PR,
Exactly.
you know, but
yeah, so it doesn't have to mean anything.
But that's what I'm thinking of. I
But
saw
it's
a video
interesting.
not so long ago of Kim Kardashian, I think it was Northwest birthday, and hanging out with family and friends, and they were playing really loud Rema's song, "Baby Calm Down."
Oh,
Not was singing along in with record, so I just feel like, Travis. Is Travis not Oh no.
You're talking about Isaac Rocky, right? Is it the real name
Ah,
connection?
okay.
But they do look
No,
alike
not that
too,
one.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Actually,
even so, is Travis actually? Travis is the
Baby
is it
Kardashian.
ex-boyfriend or-
Kardashian.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kardashian. So I just
Travis
wonder-
Kardashian Scott, yeah.
There you go. I just feel like you know how it is when the whole family
Oh, like it's
record
the
and
family
so
friend.
It's a family friend kind of. I just
Oh,
feel so.
wow. Rema's family friends with Kardashian.
I don't know. I
Good
just
luck.
I admit
No.
they probably like
James is extrapolating actually.
I'm just checking. I'm
He's
just
taking
checking.
this small information and trying to make it look
Trying to connect the
They
dots.
just met in a club. I can assure you, just met in a club.
Okay, let's see. I think we'll know in a little bit, right?
Yeah, we will. But think about it though. What kind of sound would that be?
Bro, don't think about it. It should just happen. It's Afro. They'll just put it together. It won't be a
I just
problem.
want to say
Chloe is
that-
doing Afrobeat now, right? Everyone, it's cool to be African and do Afrobeat
it's
right
just that
now.
verse. You guys should calm down with Chloe, please. You just had that
Chloe.
verse.
By the way, did you see Chloe performing with Nelly doing Dilemma on stage?
No, I haven't.
Chloe?
Yes, she was
Wow,
trying to
I
be
haven't seen
Kelly Rowland. I like Chloe, but girl,
It didn't
was
work.
Kelly not available? It didn't work. When you have Nelly on stage performing Dilemma, it has to be Kelly or no one
Giving
else.
underage vibes.
I think she's
I'm not trying to
23 or
picture this.
24.
I don't care. It's
Mm.
just
Well,
you know
I-
what should have been when that song was.
That is
It's
That is
somehow.
true.
It's
Was she
somehow,
born?
so-
Was she born?
Okay, yeah, she might have been about 3 years old or so.
You see, so
Nelly
it's giving
Veil
somehow.
was a
2002.
2002 album, I think. That's
Wow.
You know that song, you know,
21
and
years, yeah.
they've performed it together before, and there's that chemistry around that kind
Right.
of. So I'm wondering how would they have performed? Maybe she was standing somewhere.
It wasn't a great performance, to be
Okay,
honest.
I see why.
Kelly was missing. We missed her, definitely. All right, let's look at some messages coming through. This one is from Dolly Safe says, good morning. Charlie Boy had the song Ninja Bike, or is it Ninja Bike, some years ago. That song was a hit. He had the remix with Rhymezo. Where is Rhymezo? That's another man from your state, Oris. Rhymezo.
He's not from my state. I think
Yeah, he's from Edo State.
No,
I thought it was from Delta, but I wouldn't know anyway. Whatever it is.
Well,
Yes, but
Rhymezo.
don't worry. We ourselves we also asked to like where exactly is Rhymezo. I think the last time someone spoke to me about him said he was in the US or somewhere. He has moved somewhere. Like I told you, we like to move. We like to move.
The Israelites.
Rhymezo, I have to say,
We like to move.
Rhymezo, wherever
Right.
it is. Rhymezo was one of he was fantastic.
You
Not
know-
just a producer, also I think he would have been a great artist if he had probably had the right support. But he seemed like an island at the time. Like
Yeah, he
was
seemed
just
like a loner.
talent on his own.
Yeah.
But
on
you
his
guys
own-
forget
on
that
his own lane.
Ramzo is mostly like I said, he's from our side. I don't think he ever really made that big move into Lagos. So and a lot of the artists, especially from outside of Lagos, if you don't move into Lagos, you kind of have a kind of like expiry date on your career. Think about Style Plus.
Oh yeah, classic.
Incredible. Like that's the classic. I think that's the classic case for our generation. People who were great, everybody loved them, but it took too long before they moved to Lagos, and by that time, poof, you think that. And I think so. Maybe there's something about that with Ramzo, but I also think he also moved out of the country too.
Okay. Ali says, yes, what a miss. In fact, there was a remake in the year 2008/2009, and as usual, the video was sexual.
That has been the guy's calling card. Like I said, look, this guy was super controversial in his day.
Right.
He just pretty much carried that whole thing into the new generation. But unfortunately, he didn't carry the music. That's what I think, though. But the controversy keeps going. But there was this account given by a rapper under G Unit back then when G Unit.
And the 50 Cent thing.
Exactly, yes.
And
exactly.
Idris Abdul
I
Karim.
remember that one of the G Unit guys years later gave an interview. He was talking about how the plane that they were on, supposedly going to Abuja or something, was stopped right on the tarmac.
Yeah.
And who was the person in front of it? It was Charly Boy.
Oh wow! Talk about a rebel. I like that.
So yeah.
No, just talking about Rhymezo that came. I don't know how that name came up.
Yes, a message.
Another person around that same situation was Gino, also from your side.
Yeah. Wow, has he traveled as well?
Gino, I think he has that one.
I don't know what happened. Yeah,
Gino
that's
has moved.
too.
Yeah. Gino is probably also in America. Gino, people that
was he a
so
rapper
sick,
or a reggae artist?
He was a rapper,
People that
but
know so
he also
sick
went into music video production.
He was so sick, elder brother, and
He is
if
so
you know,
sick.
what's
They're
his name?
brothers. He was.
What's this other comedian? ONG. They're just the brothers. siblings.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
There's comedian, yes, ONG, yes,
Yeah.
true.
All right. Well, you're listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Stay with us. The conversation continues.
Just told you that look, it's difficult to like sustain after one song. Look at this. Look at Spiral. Let's hope that
He can survive.
he can survive, but it's
Spiral
super.
guy.
Yeah, it is super difficult
So I'm
to
forced to even now
to exist.
I want to check for Charlie Boys if there's anything somebody
You
can.
So it's funny. It's hard to exist in the industry, have a song, and then use that song to like have several other songs. It's super difficult. I think if you don't make it out of the bat, it becomes incredibly difficult, to be honest. To get, I don't know, something about the Nigerian music space is weird like that. That if you don't make it when you're showing up the first time,
No chance.
you stand here, too little chance to like do anything.
Okay, wait, is Mr. C in there? Let me talk to him quickly about this. Oh, yeah.
Maybe some stuff. What can I do with this? That doesn't sound like a hit.
That's why it's all kind of sounds right.
Is this Charlie Boy? This song looks new. It doesn't look like 80s.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's new now.
6 years ago.
No, I mean,
Start
he
singing.
was popular, or he should have been popular from
Charlie
like
Boy?
the 80s and stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 80s,
So why don't
90s,
we know?
80s,
Because I know a lot of
90s.
Nigerian music from that
Maybe
era.
2000, maybe 2000. Even with that case, that whole.
I know one
Idris
ratchet
case.
song he did with one little guy. Everybody follow your size, shoe get size. It was a very ratchet song.
This song cannot transfer now. How? It's hopelessly rooted in its era. Hopelessly. And if it's relatively recent, then it's just clear that man, no hope, man, no absolute hope.
I think it was more his
I keep-
lifestyle and personality.
Yeah,
But
I've always said that
Yeah.
when you hear our parents talking about taste in music, they're horrible. They don't have taste. That my parents' generation, shitty.
No, I don't believe that. We had some gems.
I think it was just that time.
Nah, terrible taste.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. James, Oris,
Yeah.
and Zibby. Yes, round time. 0809 440 981. That is the WhatsApp number. We'd love you to be a part of the conversation. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Smooth 981, and you can catch the action that's going on. Let's talk about something coming from our cousins a few countries over. From Ghana, Yvonne Nelson is shaking tables, breaking doors, calling names. Like, she's like, yo, we're going all out. So Yvonne Nelson has a book that is very juicy.
Clearly. as I think you would expect it to be, frankly. I think the Ghanaian industry generally, especially their movies, they are super sexual in a way that Nigeria has tried to hide. I think they are more openly candid about these things. So in a certain sense, you would expect that somebody like Yvonne, who was in the thick of things. Remember, I mean, we used to have a song, Yvonne Nelson, I have your medicine.
That was so disrespectful, though. Come to think of it, that line. What?
Maybe today it will be looked upon differently. But at the time, all of us were grooving to the jam in the clubs now, remember? Anyway, so I think everybody who wants to do like a bit of a book of this sort, I think you should be candid as she has been. I don't like all of these people who are showing up and then trying to make their pasts or their whatever look so simply
Clean, right?
Let us have the dirt.
Okay, let's go for some dirt that is in that book. All right, so she talks about having a relationship with Iyanya, which most people knew about at the time.
Suspected. Let's not say new.
Really?
Let us say we suspected.
Yeah,
Okay.
we knew later. It wasn't at the time.
Right.
No, I don't think. I think both of them didn't quite acknowledge it. So how would you know? You were in there.
No, eventually they did.
I think everyone kind of talked
Eventually
about
they
it a
did.
bit.
They talked about it later.
They talked about it. No,
Was
because
it
I saw the
confirmed?
interviews.
I saw. That's what I'm saying. I thought
Yeah,
it
did
was
not
later.
say yes. No, yeah, didn't say yes. I saw the one with Ebuka. He didn't quite admit it. Then she had the other one with Sakodi as well, who had an interview where he too was saying that, oh, they shouldn't misconstrue what he was saying. But of course, 10 years later, turns out it was right.
All right, so she talks about her relationship with Iyanya, and then she talks about the Nollywood actress who she says caused their breakup, and that happens to be
No other but drum roll.
Tonto DK. Tonto has been silenced though.
No, if it's true,
Even
or maybe she just doesn't want to talk about.
Maybe, or maybe she's waiting,
Like,
in a bit.
But she's like, who, what, Iyanya, where, how, past tense, leave it there.
Well, I mean, I don't know that it is common for us to think of Tonto as somebody who leaves things there. Even Iyanya, when he was responding to some of this stuff online, was saying that how did he put something about Tonto coming for Yvonne, that she should just wait. So I saw that tweet.
So maybe that's why Tonto is like, you know what? Let me not get involved in this one.
At the
it
moment,
feels like
at the moment.
Iyanya was kind of saying, just wait, Tonto is coming. Like she's gonna be the big bad wolf and fight this battle.
And maybe if the
No, but to be
not
fair,
as
I don't think a man can say a lot in this kind of situation. I think he gets Iyanya and then there are two women. I don't think the climate is.
But calling the other woman's name like,
Well,
wait,
yeah,
she's
that's what
coming.
already now.
That is exactly like you're instigating.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
instigating.
okay.
But he's not. No, but he's not.
Okay, he can't
attacking.
address
He did. Yeah, he
Yvonne.
can't address
Okay.
Yvonne, yes. He's not saying you are wrong, you're right. It's just like, well, let's see.
So she talks about another relationship with Sarkodie, the Ghanaian singer that
Rapper.
didn't. Oh, he's a rapper.
Everybody
Sorry,
sings
go
these
ahead.
days, but he's a rapper.
Okay, right. And talks about how he picked someone else over her. That can't be easy to admit, though, right?
Oh, did he? Is that what he said?
That kind of was the gist I got from the summary.
Oh, okay.
Like there was someone else by the side, but he went for that one instead.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
Was
it
that what?
happens.
Okay, yeah, because I think what I read, or to be honest, I mean, I'm like, Yvonne did a big. She has failed us. She should have made that book available in Nigeria as well. considering how many people, how many
No, but
Nigerians are
it
in
shouldn't
the
be
book.
difficult to get the book. I'm sure we can get that book.
But she should make it easier.
Is anyone gonna have time to
Everybody
read it?
got
Of course. Are you
Toke's
kidding
book.
me? I will read it. I won't even deny. I will certainly read the book.
Everybody got
Definitely.
Toke's book. I mean, this
Exactly.
it looks like she spilled a lot of nice hot gist on that book. So I'm interested.
Anyway, yeah. So I think she said she kind of got pregnant for Sekodi, and then because he was still living with his mom, he couldn't quite
Keep
take
it, or
take it on, and so
Wow.
it had to be vanquished in some way.
I really want to read that book. But can we talk about the fact? I mean, what she said about her mom actually.
Her mom is
Yeah,
doing-
so she's cut ties with her mom. At least we hope it's temporary. Issues with paternity fraud.
yeah.
The person she thought was her dad turned out to not be her dad.
yeah. And she
she's
had
already-
demonized the dad all
Yeah,
of his life.
the
only to
undad.
find out. Yeah, well, fair. You know,
And
only
probably
to-
carrying
only
the
to-
name of
only to
the
find
one
out.
that's not the dad, right?
No, that's what she's saying. Yeah, that person whose name she carried is actually not her dad, and she found out really late. And at that time, she had spent a lot of her life thinking he was the enemy, only to find out that actually I am not actually his daughter.
Wow. This
So
is
it's not
scandalous.
like- I mean, he did what he could, to be honest, given the situation, and he never even told her. She had to find out on her own. And
Wow.
so, yeah, of course, and as you can imagine, men who have been looking for a chance to like say something about women have taken that as like,
Absolutely.
you know what? Women are,
Fear
so
women.
that-
A lot of fear women tweets on Twitter.
Oh, baby.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, it kind of sound, yeah, it's actually quite bad, and actually that's actually what gives the book its name. I am not even Nelson.
Wow, but that is so unfair. It's like having a person's entire life being.
A lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope she and her mom can sort this out and get back
It's just
to.
tricky. It's tricky.
I mean, I want to believe that before the book came out, before we got to this point, maybe they would have dealt with it somehow. I mean, we need to read the book before we can tell. Really, maybe she has told that part of the
yeah,
story,
maybe this is a
and then
reconciliation
would have,
part of it. maybe.
yes, in some other part has said okay, but they, dealt
patched
with it
up.
and they are fine.
All right, let's go on to WhatsApp. Lekan says Charlie Boy's greatest hit was titled 1990, a song about corrupt politicians preparing for the 1990 elections. And Tayo says, please don't disrespect Portable. He's already comparing himself to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Colin said, "Me fella."
No. He said
He
that
did say MJ as
Michael
well.
Jackson doesn't have the glory that he has because people were mobbing his vehicle.
Wow.
No, but I think he kind of tongue in. People should start taking that man too seriously. He was
Yeah,
he was tongue
I
in
believe
cheek,
so.
of course,
We need something.
And of course, I think he now
I'm
made
even
a song
surprised he
of
knows
Tina
Michael
Turner.
Jackson. At least
Are you
he...
kidding me?
No.
What?
What did you just say?
What? Nah,
Not
that's not
just
fair.
knows Michael, but knows Michael Jackson and acknowledges the star power that
I
Michael
beg your
has.
pardon.
I don't.
Michael Jackson is like
Zibby.
Coca-Cola.
I don't
See,
know. man.
I'm
Zibby.
MJ's greatest fan. Like I'm
No,
number
you're
one.
not. You
I
can't say-
am.
No,
No, but what I'm saying, I'm
You are his
talking
greatest
about
man, his greatest
Portable.
gatekeeper. You want to keep him to yourself.
Maybe in some
He's
way,
for
yes.
he's for us.
I'm an MJ
Ah.
gatekeeper, baby.
It's for all of us, please. MJ is for all of us.
Okay, Francis from Ojo says it's how Yvonne Nelson is saying I'm not Yvonne Nelson for me, but it's her truth. She's quite bold stating all that. I have the book already. Wow, Yvonne
wow.
must be making some money from this
Who said
book.
that?
Who said that?
That is Francis from Ojo.
Is it that Toke type of book? You know how Toke's one.
Yeah, well.
Well, let's hope people are buying.
Yes,
the
people
book.
actually
distributed on
buy it
WhatsApp
and
or
not
co-
one of those WhatsApp
Yes.
nonsense. I really hate that stuff.
That is true. That is true. Okay, let's go on to the next headline. Now, this one comes from, let's see, there are a few. BB Rexa. Now, the singer is performing on stage, and a concert goer thought it would be a good idea to throw a phone at her and slammed her in the face.
Ouch.
You know that thing happens a lot. Like,
Yeah, they're throwing your phones, but I've
Yes.
never seen it. How did they, I'm just wondering.
No,
I haven't seen the video, so I don't know how.
Oh,
how it
so
was.
we just saw the phone flying, and she goes, ow, and then she drops to the floor.
So, but
Mhm.
how high was the?
She was on stage.
I know, but it was very high.
It was a regular stage, nothing really high, and people around. But this must have been someone who was quite close to the front of the stage area.
Because I've seen one with Chris, and it landed practically just at his feet, really just at the
Was
edge
it a
of
phone?
the. Yeah, a phone. Yeah, just at the edge.
what kind of fun
and
are
then
you
he used
throwing?
it.
Because
No, they do it so that you can. So
Take
the
it.
artist will take a.
That is true, but
selfie
not
of
in this case though. The guy has admitted that he threw the phone because he thought it would be funny. So he wasn't trying to, because he literally threw to aim to hit her. He wasn't throwing to get
Who are these
a
enemies of the
selfie.
people
Exactly, enemies of the people.
Wow.
why you come to a concert?
to come and hurt?
And you know you
you?
don't like music and
Not everyone is good out there. Okay, we have just under a minute. Police PRO has slammed a skit maker who will remain nameless over a shooting prank. Now, this guy is usually seen dressed in some white robe.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm going to be politically correct. He is an interesting fella. So he does skits like this where he scares people, he puts things on people, and I'd say he assaults people in the name of getting a reaction. And now the police PRO is saying,
sometimes I don't even believe some of those kids they actually have their own actors that just so I make it look interesting and stuff. Because some of them are so ridiculous. I'm wondering, are you? I don't want to speak one language here on radio, but
BBC.
Yeah, but seriously, I just feel like some of them are actually very scripted and they just played out and just for.
I think some of them are, but I think some of them are actually like scary for some people who are actually running.
Yeah,
and it's kind of dangerous to do stuff like that.
Absolutely. So if your skit is dangerous, you could be facing charges.
What's that guy's name? One Z something, Z Fancy. I think it's got
okay. I know that one.
Some issues even with when he used to do a lot of pranks. I don't know if he's still doing those risque pranks and stuff, but he had, he's had an issue before, like a case or something. But this one has been looking funny and stuff. But I think once the system deals with you, you will humble you. You change scripts. So yeah.
Oh wow! It's the way James calmly said it. All right. On that note, in the words of Oris, that's all the time that we have for the Grapevine. Thanks for your messages. Thanks for listening. And special thanks to my analysts, James and Oris.
Yeah. We will be
watch the James and Oris show
on YouTube.
James and Oris show. Say hello. You're from the Grapevine. You know who you are.
On Twitter at Oris.
All right. Well, thank you, fellas, for coming through. Do stay with us. There's a lot more to come on the Smooth Breakfast.